what is the ruling on vomit? Now, the majority of the ulama have basically said that there is no differentiation between adult and child in this regard. They have said if you consume something and it changes in the way that it smells, tastes, or its colour, then it takes the ruling of vomit, and vomit is najis, it's impure. And the evidence for that is twofold. Number one, the Prophet ﷺ once performed wudu after vomiting, and they have said here this clearly shows that it breaks the wudu and it is najis. This is the ruling of the majority of the ulama. A second way of them looking at it is that they have said that there is an analogy with feces, is that if food is being broken down and it comes out from a different passage, just because it comes back out of your mouth doesn't mean that it's not najis anymore. It's the exact same sort of thing that it's been through, therefore it is najis. This is the view of the majority of ulama. They have said that it is najis, it needs to be cleaned, it needs to be washed. Now there is a difference of opinion on whether it breaks the wudu and how many times it needs to be washed. As you have said correctly, the Hanafis have said that it is preferable to wash things which are najis 3 times. So you wash it once, you wring it out, you wash it again, you wring it out, you wash it again, you wring it out. Others from the ulama say that you just need to wash it once and wring it out, and then that is done if you are sure that the najasa has left, the impurity has left. And others from the ulama have said just washing it once is sufficient and you don't really need to wring it out as long as you are certain that the najasa has left the area. And that for me seems to be the correct view when it comes to things which are najis. This is not saying that vomit is najis, as we will see in a moment. Does it break the wudu? The majority of the ulama have said yes, because something najis has exited your body, you will need to perform wudu again, except the Shafi'i. The Shafi'i have said no, it is najis, but it doesn't break the wudu. There's no evidence for it to say that the wudu is broken. This is the first scenario, and this is the first opinion. The second scenario, and the opinion is still the same with the majority in this, is that if you have eaten something, whether it's a child or an adult, and it comes back up as what we would say in English as reflux, then that does not break the wudu. This is the view of the Maliki. They say reflux is closer towards the original state of food as it was. And this happens sometimes. You've eaten something and sometimes food comes back up, and then the ulama, the Maliki and the ulama from the Maliki madhab, they have said, no, this is not vomit. This is not what we see as being vomit. Vomit, qay, in Arabic language, is what goes into your body and it is broken down and then it comes back out. If that is the case and it resembles that, then that is similar and the analogy to feces is correct. Otherwise, no, then it is reflux. Therefore, this we think this is stronger in its view, and this is the view of many of the contemporaries, is that if it is reflux and it's not been broken down and it is still similar to the state that it was when it was consumed, similar, it's not going to be identical, but similar, then this is reflux and it is not najis. But if it comes out broken down, broken into pieces with acid and bile and all these different things, then this is najis, and this needs to be washed. And how many times you washed it, we've just described that now. We've described it in our classes as well. What seems to be the stronger view is that one washing is enough. There is no evidence to say that you need to wash it multiple times, except if there is dalil for it, if there's evidence for it, such as the dog saliva or the dog licking from a vessel. There is evidence to say that you need to wash it 7-8 times. But besides that, we see from the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ where he poured water over urine and he was certain that the urine had left, and that seems to me to be the stronger opinion. Although some of the ulama say it needs to be washed 3 times and then wrung out, and some of the ulama said it has to be washed 1 time and wrung out, and others from the ulama a minimum of 1 time, and if you need to increase then you increase, and others have said as for vomit, that needs to be washed, but if it's reflux then it doesn't need to be washed. And for me that seems to be a strong opinion, and that then obviously influences its view when it comes to or the view when it comes to wudu, is that if it is reflux it doesn't break the wudu. If it is not reflux, again from the ulama have said that there is no evidence that vomiting breaks the wudu, and this is like I said the view of the Shafi'is and Ibn Uthaymeen and others from the contemporaries. But what seems to be the correct view and the safer view, I would say, is to make wudu after vomiting. The safer view, not that I would say that this is something which is compulsory. I think the view of the Shafi'i are very strong, but it is safer for you to perform wudu again. I think this summarizes everything that really needs to be said about vomit and reflux, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us good health and good understanding of the religion. هذا والله أعلم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.